Russia in the Arctic, a presentation by Burnham. It is obvious that recently Russia has made its desires apparent to assert the Arctic region as its own, and what could be the biggest factor could ease people's fears about it. People have started to become worried with Russia's increasing military presence over recent years. According to BBC, it has been the biggest military buildup since the end of the Cold War and the fall of the Soviet Union. Right now, Russia has 40 icebreaking ships as compared to the 2 the United States has. Russia has been steadily building this Arctic military foundation since 2007. Since Putin returned to presidency in 2012, Russia has decided to deploy military forces along the entire Russian coast from Murmansk to Chukota permanently. In addition, 2 more Arctic coast defense divisions will be built by 2018 in order to further strengthen the security around the area and the Northern Sea route. Seeing and hearing about this large military buildup, it is not surprising that some countries are feeling apprehensive about it. However, it has been stated that the military presence is solely just to preserve the natural resources and new trade routes to help give the economy the boost it needs. Moscow says interests are inward-focused and purely defensive, as in both the 2008 and 2013 Arctic doctrines. They hope to do this by relying on peaceful means like international law and organizations. But if all of this is to just claim land, why is Russia investing so much time and money in it? Well, there are 2 big factors that contribute to the overarching theme of building up its economy. First, the Arctic is extremely rich in oil and gas reserves. According to the U.S. Geological Survey in 2008, there are 90 billion barrels of oil and 1.669 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Since these untapped resources are well known, numerous countries have marked their interest in asserting their own jurisdiction. These countries include the U.S., Norway, Denmark, Russia, and Canada. In addition to the abundance of natural resources, sea caps in the Arctic are beginning to melt, thus opening new trade routes. In 2007, sea ice covered about 50% less than it did in the 1950s and 60s, according to Leonhardt. The Arctic serves as a gateway to both the Pacific and the Atlantic. This route, known as the Northern Sea Route, is the shortest distance between Europe and East Asia ports. Though melting sea ice is not good for the environment, it does both ease exploration and increase possibility for more trading ports for Russia. The abundance of natural resources and more accessible trade routes can really help the economy. Oil products in 2013 amounted to 70% of all exports, but dropped to about 54% of total exports in 2015. Russia can use the oil and gas in the Arctic to help build this back up. According to Leonhardt, the elites of the country consider oil and gas the country's most effective foreign policy tool. More trade routes and more natural resources are 2 of the big drivers in helping improve Russia's economy, and thus maintaining Russia's big power status. To close with a quote summing up the motivation of Russia from President Putin, "When we say great, a great country, a great state, certainly size matters. When there is no size, there is no influence, no meaning."